Okay. Hello everyone. Welcome to today's website meeting. So today 30th October 2023, and before we start with the meeting minutes, let's start with introducing ourselves. So starting with me, my name is Ritik Saxena from India. So if you are new in this meeting and joining for the first time, so feel free to introduce yourself, open up your mic and start introducing. So yeah. So who wants to go first?
Me. Hey, my name is Lee, calling in from Austin, Texas. It's just starting to get cold here. And so various parts of my anatomy are quite cold. If I'm slow to respond to you, it's because my fingers are like trying to warm up. I'm here today with the agenda item to talk about the docs.layer5.io, one of the websites, and explain it and maybe see if anyone else wants to come play in that site with me. That's me.
Hey John, hey Hemant, are you joining for the first time?
Yeah, Ritik.
Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, like I am Hemant from India. Like I am currently first in third year bachelor's degree from VIT Chennai. Like I am an open source passionate developer. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's great. Right. So, hey John, would you like to introduce yourself if you are joining for the first time?
Okay, hi guys, I'm John. I'm from Nairobi, and this is my first meeting.
Would you like to tell some more thing about yourself?
Okay. I do
Sorry.
development, but yeah, about layer 5, I'm still new. So I'm hoping I can get to join.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
I can't help myself, Ritik. Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
yeah. That's great. Welcome to the community and welcome to the today's website meeting. So I can see a couple of new names like Sahil Mandi. If you want to go next, like or if you are having some issues, you can introduce yourself inside in the chats. So yeah, okay. Afan Zuhaib, do you want to? Would you like to introduce yourself? Like,
Yeah. Hello everyone, I am Afan Zuhair and I am in my final year and I have knowledge of web development and cloud computing. I had done my projects in one stack and I have a knowledge of C++ and Java and Python. Thanks.
yeah, that's great. We have a couple of projects on React. So yeah, welcome, Afan. Okay.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. Okay. So before we start with today's topic, so I have a request to if you have your shirts on and your you don't care about your hair, so you can open up your webcam so that you can share, take the screenshot and share on your social and tell the world that you joined the website's meeting and you learned something. So yeah, moving with the first topic. Harsha, do we have Harsha on the call? Like, would you like to take the stage?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here, the previously the text being cut off over here, and I have added the padding. No, it's fine looking for me. Here we see.
Yeah, okay. If you can share the current view of the page, so
Yeah, this is the current view. Like in the 14-inch laptop, the text was cut off here. These options is there, right?
yeah, okay.
They were cut off, and I have added the padding over here, and I have submitted a pull request.
Yeah, that's good. It's your first PR, right?
No,
Huh?
fourth or something.
Yeah, okay, great. Yeah, looks good to me. Like, if anyone has feedback, so
Yeah, nice. So,
Like-
so this is the problem, right? Is that like the breakpoint or the responsiveness of the intra page menu is just way too tiny, right? And so, were you just verifying that this is a problem, or were you also did you also already open up a pull request on this? If you did, it'd be good to show the before and the after, if you have an after.
Okay.
Not that you don't have to have an after, but if there's a happily ever after, that would be wonderful. You know, just like in the fairy tales, happily ever after. When you have to explain the joke, that means that it's just not a good joke. So forgot.
Here it is. The text was cut off here. It is only in 14-inch screen laptops. So I have added a media query and solved this.
Crack the code.
Here.
Solve the
Should I show me code or something?
no, yeah, I guess you're right. Like I believe you, or we believe you when you say you've got a media query. And that seems like, that's a natural approach to solving this particular problem. I have to say that I am not a fan of breakpoints of media queries. Near as I understand, they become expensive over time, and they also are kind of fragile over time. It's like device sizes change, other things on the page change. People inevitably don't maintain consistency across all the various page layouts with the different breakpoints. CSS gets super long. It feels like highly curated. You change one thing and then you got to go back. Anyway, there's alternative approaches to and use of CSS that would help with such things. I don't think that it's necessary that you figure it out here, but I don't know if that resonates with you or anyone else. Like, does it? Do you know what you might do if you didn't use a breakpoint?
Yeah, I have used it. Here I have added this query and added the padding level.
So you used a breakpoint. Got you. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. Is it fine, or do I need to add something? Like,
Nope. Yeah. No, that's great. Good job. Unless anybody else has feedback.
is this padding enough, or should I need to decrease somewhat to the left?
Oh, I'm sorry. Is this the after? Is this the way that it looks when it's fixed?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. No, it's terrible. Sorry. I didn't realize.
So
Nope. Go back to the drawing board. You're almost there. Do something different. You got to give it more space, more breathing room, or just hide it. Are you on 100% Zoom right now, or are you?
yeah,
zoomed in?
100%.
100%. All right. Yep, we still have a problem on our hands, but I'm sure you'll.
So can I move this towards left somewhat?
Anybody else have opinions here? Does anyone think that the menu should be given a little more room to be legible, or that like at what point should it be hidden versus?
I think there's a lot of space on the on the left side of the page where you have the table of contents. And so you can try to shift things more to the left. Maybe work with a margin for the entire page. You can go with 80 on both sides horizontally. And then you can now try to give spacing between the 3 columns, a 40 or maybe 20, depending on what you look at and what you think could be appropriate. But yeah, move more to the left. Start with 80 margin for the entire page, horizontal margin, that is, and horizontal padding, for the page. Then you can now go ahead and give space between elements. Start from 40 or variate it depending on how much space you notice you eventually come up with. So it could be less than 40, it could be more. That's for the space between the 3 columns. And by 3 columns, I mean table of contents, the body of the entire content, and that's right. And I don't know what it's called, but I think it's the page navigator. I don't know. I think I call it floating menu. But yeah.
I think that is better because when I give some more space on the right side, for the remaining options, the options are overriding with the text over here. So you can decrease the margin over here.
All right. So yeah. Thank you, Aisha. Okay. So next we have Akshan. Would you like to share your screen, Akshan?
Hi everyone.
Hey.
Just wait a second. Okay, so the issue is that we are planning to merge this writing programs and internship programs under one header because it is taking up like space in the footer, and we are planning to add something else here. So I have two approaches to solve this. I wanted to discuss those basically. One thing we can do is we can make a like parent header by the name of programs or something, and there we can brief both the programs about the internship as well as the writing program and give hyperlinks to both individual pages as it is. So in that approach, we wouldn't need to like change these pages or the UI or structure of these pages. We'll just have to create an extra page and add it to the footer. And the other approach is we have to like restructure everything because the as you can see the UI of both the pages are completely different. Like we have a side navigation bar here and everything. So like we can either restructure a page and add both the things into one, or we can make a like parent page and add hyperlinks. We can like brief both the programs there, give some description and something, and then give links to individual pages from there.
Okay. If you Akshan, if you open the issue page. So.
Okay, just give me a second.
6292 617.
Okay.
This was the original issue.
Okay.
So like we need to consolidate or like merge both of them. Sorry.
Yeah. So we have to, like as the issue description, we need to merge the writing program inside the internship programs page. So like we will have the same. We will have another card on the internship page with the writing programs name on it. We can use the logo that we have for writing program there, and the ask is to add the community handbook below the internship program, like inside the footer. So
So like what should be the ideal approach to like do this? That's what.
He just said it. And it says it in the issue.
issue. Yeah.
What don't you understand?
What I understood was that we have to merge these both under a single name so that there is space for the community handbook. Yeah, the thing is to achieve that, do we have to add the content of both the individual pages to a new page? Because if you see
Uh,
both the
No,
UIs and structure,
like
okay,
no, like we have if you go to the internship program page, like we can have the another, yeah, we can have another card like these card which will link to the which will link to that writing program page. All
okay,
right.
okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay, got it. Thanks.
Okay. Okay. I'll share my screen.
Just to double check, does that make sense? Are you okay with that?
Yeah, I
Okay.
got it. I misunderstood the issue originally.
Oh, got you. Yeah. I think if I recall, part of the issue might have called for a little bit of a mock-up in case there was some. I thought that it did.
Yeah. Initially, we have to design a UX for that. That's why I got confused because I thought we have to give some ideas. How can we use it?
All right. Okay, so next in the line we have Shreyash. So do we have Shreyash on the call? I guess nope. So the next item is from my side. Okay. So for context, we have multiple badges or recognition program going on, in which we award badges to users and contribution depending on what they would do on our sites, on our projects. So we have this recognition program in which we have multiple badges. So you can read about them after going to the badges.layer5.io site. So on that, in the set, we have a new badge added, Review Rockstar, which was created by Victoria. So yeah, that's it. And if you want to earn a badge, and then yeah, okay, if you want to earn a badge, so you can go to the layer 5 site. There we have a blog where you can read about it. It's how to earn all these badges. So yeah, that's it. If anyone has question, so
Yeah, who made the Rockstar?
like
badge?
Victoria.
Nice.
Also, so I get it today. We have we have a few hours left for the Hacktoberfest. So if you haven't got the chance to get this special edition Hacktoberfest contributor badge, so go and do some contribution so that you can also get this special edition Hacktoberfest, and you can add this to your profile. So yeah.
It's cool. Hey, I'm curious, does anybody that's on the call have a badge and do display that badge on your profile? We might want to go tweet about that. We might want to go highlight that. A second question, is anyone here that maybe doesn't have a badge, let me rephrase that. Whether you have a badge or not, is there anyone here who might have earned one of these badges, but has yet to be awarded the badge? If so, please say something somewhere. We probably just missed you. And you.
Hello.
Yep.
Actually, I have received the badge and it is showing in my profile, but I don't know why it's not showing in my main profile. Like, it is showing in my different profile, like a profile which I didn't create. Like, I don't know how it happened, but uh, it is showing that error kind of.
Interesting. Yep. And so you're referring to not your GitHub profile in this case, but your cloud profile, or?
Yeah. Actually, I have an account with my email ID, like my GitHub mail ID. Okay, that is my main account of Layer 5, but I have received the badge in my GitHub account. Like, there is an account created from my GitHub directly, and I've received it there.
Good. I'm sorry, I got distracted for a moment. A couple of things to be aware of is that if right now the Layer 5 cloud doesn't allow you to have an account with like multiple email addresses, or like if you create one account under your GitHub, like if you OAuth with GitHub and then subsequently you OAuth with Google, and even though they might be using the same email address, they would be treated as two independent accounts. There is a roadmap item to allow people to merge those together or have multiple authentication methods for the same account. So it might be that you have two cloud accounts, and maybe you just said that. I just wanted you to be aware of it, and so that might be part of the challenge. Is that what you were saying is the issue? Devaditya, you could also share your screen, assuming you're still on. So you're not referring to your GitHub profile, are you? He might be, what do you call it? Indisposed at the moment. So since we're on the topic, and yeah, David, so I didn't mean to. So by the way, just, there's a couple of places. Some of you, Kingsley had a good question about the badges. We should probably talk about badges for a moment. It's a faction of, or it's a facility of the community that was created by the community, by you all. And so I don't know if you realize it, in the hairiest of ways, you can earn yourself maybe the same badge a few times over. You can earn yourself a badge in this application, this site. It's called Meshery Cloud, and that was a mistake made a long time ago. It'll be renamed because we gave away the rights to the word Meshery to the CNCF. And so it'll be called Layer 5 Cloud. However, when you sign into Layer 5 Cloud, if you've earned a badge, you can see them up here. Badges get manually assigned to individuals. And so that's in part why I'm saying, hey, if you think you might have earned a badge, or one or more, please mention it if you haven't been assigned it, because it might have just been an oversight. The badging criteria is more or less listed in the description of the badge itself. Some of that criteria is maybe easier to articulate concisely than some of the rest of it. What generally happens is administrators of this site will come through and assign a badge. And when the badge is assigned, I did this. Yes, I did. They can choose to notify the person with an email. So this is one place you get to have badges. It's kind of Sonali, one of the contributors here. Her and a bunch of other contributors have helped build out this app. And one of the cool things about the app is you can have this grid view. And in the grid view, you get to readily see just how awesome Ritik is, apparently. And with Lee falling way behind. But yeah, so anyway, this is pretty neat. Ooh, Pernod kicking butt, 228. So anyway, that's great. So that's one place you can find them. Another one is on the discussion forum. If you use the discussion forum at all, you'll get some of the, oh wow, look at that. That's amazing. Yes. Okay. You can earn badges out here. The badges that are out here, they are one and the same. The Rockstar badge should be available here. You can also earn badges like that on the Layer 5IO website, where individuals like Abhijit are doing good things. And so he's been awarded the community badge. And there's a number of them there. Ultimately, the Rockstar badge, like I call out that badge because it's the latest one. It should be here as well. And so there's lots of badging. Eventually, we'll get the systems in unison, and we'll get. Yeah. So Devaditya, you're saying you'd been previously awarded a badge when you sign in.
Yeah, I'm just sharing the screen once.
Okay.
So, okay, so it is showing that this is the account where I got my badge of Hacktoberfest contributor. Okay, it was created on 21st August 2023. But on the other hand, when I am opening this, my other account is showing that this one, I think. Yeah, it was showing that I was active 1 week and 5 days ago, and I created this account on July 20th, 2023. Like, this is my main account, but it has no badges, and I don't know how that account got formed, maybe due to GitHub link. So this is the issue.
Cool. Yeah. Do you recall? Good. And I explained why that was an issue earlier. And so then, good. Is there a question? Okay. Maybe Devaditya, if you want to ask your question in chat. Abhijit, let's get you tooled up so you can badge some people.
All right. So okay. So next we have Prem. So would you like to take the stage, Prem?
Yeah, sure, Ritik.
Yeah.
So basically, this was the layer 5 docs page, and it will have all our products here, and there will be a products tab on the top, and tutorials, where a person can find all the tutorials at one place, and if he is interested on it, he will go and explore that thing. Like, this is the when tab is open, and this is the proper documentation site, like docs.mesh layer 5 dot mesh slash mesh, sorry. So this is the navigation bar here, navigation sidebar, and this is the page navigation bar, and this will be the content, and there will be some breadcrumbs, like what is the path of the current page, and these all will be links, like it will be clickable so that a user can easily traverse through them through the programs over here. And yeah, basically this is it.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Prem, is that cloud native performance a link under the what is Meshri description?
Yeah, this one.
Yeah. Okay. Like,
Yeah. It is
okay.
a link. I will change its color to green.
Capel green.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Capel green. That one.
Okay. Okay. Also, like the version that we have on the first year, like it's like currently it's like a disabled and like it's hard
Yeah,
to.
actually, the main thought is with behind that we are currently on this version only, publishing docs for this version only, as it is it can't be changed. So that's why it is a bit gray in grayscale, so that a user can know that it isn't applicable right now.
All right. And like if we are using the image that you write to the what if Meshri, so like if we can add a glow effect like a box shadow behind it so that it looks a little upward. Yeah.
This image.
Yeah, like if we can add a little box shadow to it.
Yeah, sure, we can do that.
All right. If anyone has feedback to give, like chime in. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it looks really slick to me. This is beautiful. The current implementation took some liberty with the left-hand side and the right-hand side sidebars in terms of its coloring. Do you mind showing that real fast? Maybe everybody here could vote one way or the next. Should the sidebars be straight up black like they are here? Or if you open up the website, docs.layer5.io, Prem, or whoever is sharing.
Sorry, just a second.
Okay. So we'll get a poll going, maybe. Yeah, and then just go into it. Go into the docs. Any link on the page. Cool. You know what I'm. Do you want to facilitate this? You know what I'm asking, right?
Yeah. So actually, the issue with this particular design is that those two sidebars are bothering us too much. That like I can't focus on that particular content. If you can see any or other standard documents page like Next.js or HashiCorp, they all have a plain looking docs. And the sidebars are not that much messy. It looks too much messy here.
Cool. So then to help wrap it up, I was hoping you were going to say this, but in the Zoom chat, there's a question. It's a call for a vote. Can you flip back to the mock-up real fast? So here's one version, the sidebars with the dark jungle green background, or the sidebars with the black. And so, yeah, if you guys can give a star or give a thumbs up one way or the other. Thanks. Anybody else have feedback for Prem on the mockups? Alrighty, Ritik.
Only I would like to ask that we had to remove this search command K search, quick search.
If you're asking if we have to, I don't think so. It's implemented on the current site, and I guess you're more specifically referring to the hotkey command K.
Yeah, hotkey command K.
I think that can be added. That should be okay. We should be able to do that. In the future, most of the sites that we have, ideally, if you do a command K, you'd get a full-blown command bar, like on Spotlight. Yeah. For now,
that's what I'm saying, that it will need some design reference for full-blown command K search bar on the center.
You could, for now, with just do the / for the hotkey potentially.
Sure. That's all. I think so.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So next we have in the line Ahmed. So do we have Ahmed on the call? So, okay, no. So moving forward. So next is Harshit. So do we have Harshit on the call? Hi.
Hi, Ritik.
Hi, Harshit. Would you like to share?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, currently if we go to the Meshri website, layer 5 website, we can see that these honeycombs are like placed line by line. Instead in 375 pixel view, they should be like this. So I was working on making the honeycombs to have a pattern of this type in 320 pixel view. And I achieved that pattern, and here it is. So yeah, earlier there was some mistake due to which if we go up the 320 mark, the honeycombs start to break down again. But this time it's not the case, and if we go up the 320 mark, it still retains the pattern up to 375 and so on. So yeah, this was the PR.
Okay. Looks good to me. If anyone has a feeling.
I think those could be centered, right? If it moves more than 320, so getting in one side. It can be centered.
Okay.
Right? Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I could do that. Yeah, I think this was it.
Sorry, I have a question. Do the honeycombs have to be that large?
No, we can make them small.
Harshit, if you will share your screen, so that everyone can know it.
Okay.
So each honeycomb is looking quite large, and I wonder how much of this you have to scroll through before you see readable content again.
Yeah.
So that's looking like a couple of honeycombs.
And
it could be half, maybe 3/4 this size, maybe.
And you
And
can see that
Mhm.
the alignment of the honeycomb structure is not at the center. It is on a bit on the left side. Yeah, Hissing.
Yeah, earlier the PR was I raised the PR, and in that PR I said that this should be like in centered. That was the original PR, but when we dig deep into it, we found out that in 320 they break the pattern. So I just made the pattern, and in 320 it's I would say it's bit centered compared to in 375.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would just make them centered in 375 as well.
Sure.
Earlier issue was that this is not centered. It should be centered.
All right.
Harshit,
Hello,
could
Harshit,
you
can
make
you hear
it
me? Hello.
could you make it 325?
325.
Like apart from 320 near to it.
Yeah.
Cool. Yep. Good. When you say 325, oh, I see. You guys are talking about pixels.
Like it was breaking as suggested by Abhijit.
Nice. Yeah. Hey, well, I think unless I misunderstood, I think one of the pieces of feedback that might be being overlooked is what Rex was saying about, just the size of the hexagons, that perhaps they could be smaller, and people could still hit it with their thumb. Like this is pretty big and it's easy to hit with your thumb, I think, even fat thumbs.
Yeah.
And so I wonder what it would look like if they were 2/3 of this size.
Yeah, 2/3 of it. That might be a bit too small, I would say.
Okay. That's it. Okay.
Yeah.
How about 4/5? Like,
I mean,
how do
we
you know?
can make that small.
Yeah. How do you know if it's too small? I mean, did you try it, or like, how do you like? You just gotta get. It's fine if we don't. You gotta give justification as to what makes something.
It was more of a. It was more of a.
Yeah,
instinct kicking in.
Yep. Sure. No. Yeah. Go with those. And
Maybe-
then
can you hear
fine
me?
tune those instincts as well. What
Yeah.
would make something too small? What would be the criteria to know? Instincts? The size of your father's fat finger, or my fat finger?
I mean, if it could.
I didn't mean your father, by the way. I meant in,
Yeah.
Yeah. Or I don't know. All right,
just
okay. Let's
yeah.
we got it. Let's go. Good. Thanks for this. Let's go to the next item. Come back with an answer to that. How do you measure? How do you know? How do you know if it's too big, too small?
Okay.
That'd be wonderful.
Okay.
You could teach the rest of us, and then some of
Harshit,
us
can
on
you
the
hear
call.
me? Can I say something?
Yep. Go ahead, Chandra Vijay.
Yeah, actually, I have work on this issue, and issue is raised by Karan. And actually, this honeycomb I have made a horizontal and decrease the size of this honeycomb. If you want, I can show you the PR that I have raised. I have commented you on that PR, but I think you have missed it. And
Okay.
yeah.
I mean, okay. I don't know. I've definitely reviewed other PRs like this that people have raised, and there is an issue in which the honeycombs will overlap in Safari, and no one has solved that. So is that the same PR?
Yeah.
Okay, well then I've definitely looked at it. So I don't know why you would say I haven't looked at it. Did I not look at do you mean I haven't looked at like the latest update that you've made?
Yeah, that's what.
Oh, okay. Because I remember looking at like 4 times in a row and still being the same problem, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Please share your PR. Let's see what it is.
Okay.
All right. So next we have about Dun. So do we have Aberdeen on the call?
Yes, we have Abiodun. All right. I just discovered something a few minutes ago. So I have resolved this issue. Yeah. The duplicate subscribe newsletter. So let me share my screen. But then I discovered that the issue has been closed. The, the issue has been closed. And yeah, while I complained to Moses, I don't know if he's on the call. So here, here we are. Here we are. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here it is.
Sorry to interrupt, Abhayudin. Like, Gunnar, can you mute yourself? Like, hello?
Hello. Yeah, I am here.
Yeah.
I am
Yeah,
here.
sorry
Can
to interrupt. Like, in just a second. Like, Abhayudin. Like,
hello, can you
Gunnar,
hear me?
yeah, okay.
Hello, can you hear me? Hello, guys.
Yeah, we
Can you
can
hear
hear.
me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right. Yeah. So this is the issue closed. And I have done it. I have resolved it, but it is not. It is not expected in the blog yet, because here it is. This one is supposed to be out. I removed this entire div, but only for me to discover that who closed it was actually me by some name. While I just discovered so Avion Vlad closed it 4 days ago, and then I did not know how. So please, um, if you can do something about it, but I have done the PR. Yeah, I've resolved it. I just want someone to unclose it and merge, and it's written merge here. I think I messed with the entire file. I'm sorry about that. I honestly, I'm sorry, but I have resolved it.
Okay.
So, yeah. Here is the code. Yeah, it was initially here, so I have to get that bill entirely. So, yeah. Any questions, please? Any questions, please? It's an all query. It's a question. Yeah, I messed up. I'm sorry about that.
I guess no one has question, so
Yeah, I am
yeah.
actually waiting for
Yeah, okay.
Lee to
Yeah,
criticize
okay.
me.
Thank you, Abhayudin. Like, yeah.
All right, I'll stop sharing my screen.
Okay, so now we have covered all the items on the layer5.io. So next we have on the Meshri.io site. So in the list, first we have Hemant Mehta. So do we have Hemant Mehta on the call?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Like, would you like to share your screen?
Yeah. Yeah, so the issue was like to create additional icons for the communities, like for blog, internship, mailing list, and forum. So like I have created a PR in that and with the icons.
All right. Well, for the community icon, like if you can use the icon that we have, like the one in the center that is also in the color, same like with the other two person in the icon,
For forum, you're saying?
and not for community. Like, okay, you see
Okay.
that the person in the center is like just the outline. So if that is also filled,
Okay, like actually it was before that only. Like I have changed only for blog, mailing list, internship, and forum.
Okay.
I changed that also for community as well.
Internships. Yeah. Okay. Anyone has feedbacks? Okay. So I guess no one has a feedback. So thank you, Hemant. Right. Okay, so next in the list we have Ashutosh Rath. So do we have Ashutosh on the call?
Yeah. Hello, Ritik.
Yeah. Hey Ashutosh, would you like to take
Yeah.
the stage?
Yeah, sure. Okay. So yeah, I was working on this issue, which had introduce sorting of cards in the mystery catalog. Can I hide this somehow? Okay. So yeah, I had raised a PR. So let me just adjust the screen. Okay. So before it used to be like this. There is no sorting feature here. In my PR, we only had like alphabetical sorting because we didn't have any data for like created date and all. So we couldn't do that. So I introduced only two types of sorting, that is alphabetically A to Z. Then it will be reverse. Yeah. And the coming soon cards will come at the end of both the sorting.
Okay. You are sorting from Z to A. Okay. If you scroll down, Ashutosh. Okay, the new cards also come into the sorted order. Okay. Yeah. Okay, looks good to me. If anyone has a feedback, okay, we can have feedback like we can either add the sort by heading that label next to the that bar that we have for the selector, like the tab that you have added, sorting tab.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the label that we are using, that you are using the sort by, like we can have side by side. So
I actually couldn't get you. Like I am actually using this heading, right? The
not
pattern
this
that
heading,
name.
the sort
Okay.
by label
Sorry.
that you are using for the
Okay.
sorting. Yeah.
Okay. So you're saying this should be in the line, right?
Yeah, they should be in the same line.
Okay. 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 I can do that. One second. Sure.
Anyone
Okay.
has
Like,
another?
do you want this size to decrease, this box size?
No, it looks fine.
Okay. So sort by would be here and this should be here, right?
Yeah, or we can have the both of the things in the same box.
Okay.
Like, yeah.
Okay. I would do both the designs and we can choose it.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Thank you, Ashutosh.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. So next we have Siddharth. So do we have Siddharth on the call? I guess we don't have him. Right. So do we have Rohan on the call? Okay. I guess we can. So I guess Lee have already made. Lee, would you like to play?
Yeah, sure. There's a couple of folks that are talking about this. There's this new website It's a documentation site to ensure that we're capturing, well, answering some of the questions that some of you all have about how to use MeshMap or how to use some of the features and functionality inside of Layer 5 Cloud. So this site, it's docs.layer5.io. We debated for a long time about whether or not to make this documentation site its own, what technology to use and where to list it. It came down to between this subdomain, docs.layer5.io, and use of Hugo as the framework for the site versus something like layer5io/docs and use of Gatsby, so that the docs site and the main site would not only benefit from some of the same tech, some of the same investment into various components, but that the site visitors would be, they would feel all of the same domain, all of the same. Anyway, at the end of the day, this won out to go and do, to use Hugo and to intentionally use like a docs-centric theme to what is it supposed to be, a docs site, a documentation site. If you were to, there's some active discussion that's happening now about some of the formatting on the page. Can you go into the page itself, if you would? Or any of them? Yeah. So on the Rex, part of your feedback is that there's a fair bit of bold lettering that's causing some strain on the eye. And you're specifically referring to the left-hand side, navigation menu, right? Where the section title is bolded.
Well, I mean, for the entire page. So if you're looking at even maybe because there's not adequate spacing provided, even the right-hand menu there's no much vertical spacing. The tags are all lumped together. There's no much space between tags and categories. So it's just like, maybe there's no room, no more viewport, right? So let's just shrink everything up together. So
that's perfect. That's exactly what I thought you might be trying to say. But not that there couldn't be a reduction in the use of bold as well, but yeah, this particular theme is one that's curated by Googlers, and yeah, it's amazing. And they've done a good job on a number of things, but it's kind of amazing that how the line height is that white space isn't, that things aren't given some breathing room, because yeah. So sort of in general, particularly between the two sidebars, right? The contents of the two sidebars are the most egregious, I suppose.
Yeah. And one more thing, the legibility of the text could also play a role as well. If, say, for instance, there was more X height of each of the lowercase letters, it could have given some room for, more legibility. QuickLastSoft doesn't have that X height.
No, I knew. It was I was like, wait.
I just had to.
No, let's do it. Yeah.
I mean, because you see, well, in the new implementation, hopefully Suruchi is able to. I think she said she had college work today, but between this evening and tomorrow, she probably would get to typography end of things. So most of those tokens have been created. And so for majorly, the idea is for most body text, it's open sans, while all the headings, we have about 7 headings of different sizes. There's a very large size of 64, 52, 32, then there's a 24. There's also a 16 heading. So for smaller stuff, like maybe this heading on the left sidebar, those overview, getting started with designs, maybe the 16 pixel headings might suffice for that. And so it gives a bit more versatility and everything. There's a fine blend that makes it a bit more unique. But QuickLastSoft, for continued paragraph text like this, over time, it causes that strain, because even the individual strokes of the text of the type is a bit thicker than what you'd have in Open Sans that has some kind of contours some way or the other, even though it's a sans serif typeface. So something to consider.
Nice. Yeah, let's do it. So I think there's three things that can be done very rapidly in agreement with, I think, what all of you are giving feedback on. Line height to space things out. Use Open Sans for body text. Use Canela's Soft for headings. And then use black as the background in the sidebars. I think even after all that is said and done, it might be the case that some of you would have feedback about where it says tags and categories on the right-hand side, that it might be like too much green, either so anyway, there'll be a couple. So you all that are on the call right now, this is a new site. There's fresh CSS to go mess with. Fresh, it's a new, we haven't been using this framework before, Hugo. It builds 15 seconds faster than the Jekyll-based framework that we use on the Mesh-Redox site. To be fair, the Mesh-Redox site is massive compared to the size of this, but even then it'll still be a great, this will be much, much faster. So there's some initial learnings and investment that have to happen for all of us here about Hugo, about this framework and how things work. And so now is an excellent time to jump in. For my part, I really need to focus on the content and just get some words and some pictures in there. And if others would like to come to bear on some of the things that Rex is saying, this could, by the way, for Rex and for those that are involved in the design system, Systent, in that design system that mandates use of things like certain fonts for certain types of text, this site could be could be a pilot for that, for the design system. This could help sort of be a test bed for reinforcing the design system, potentially. Well, cool. Well, so anybody have any questions or comments on this? There's a couple of things that I'd like to point out to you all, and you might all have opinions or have better ideas. So one, I would want to say that the mock-ups that Prem showed earlier, for those of you who are looking, I mean, those are really pretty. Those are, I mean, quite nice. So hopefully this ends up looking like those mock-ups. If you don't mind, Ritik, if you're sharing, do you mind going to the homepage, like clicking on the logo in the upper left-hand corner, going back? So there's any number of issues here. I wouldn't mind if people would express an opinion. This most singularly distracting thing on this page, the expect more from your infrastructure, this animation. Ritik, if you were to visit discuss.layer5.io again, I'm curious for how many people, for how many of you is this the most annoying thing ever? And for how many of you is this sort of a normal?
I'm raising my hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm raising my hand right here. I wanted to talk about this the first time that I saw it. I don't know why I didn't. Usually I say my mind without caring how it affects other people. You can deal. It's not the motion that's distracting. It's like it just keeps moving. It should stop at some point and then get it over with. You refresh the page, it moves maybe a couple rotations and then it stops. That's how I think it should be. It shouldn't be constant, sort of.
Well, from my end, if I may, I'm wondering, is this a beauty? Is this specifically for beautification? Is it to point out, because especially here in discourse, if at all we're going to have any type there, it shouldn't be expect more from infrastructure, because here now it's a forum for community members to come around and air grievances and get problems solved, except we're just testing it here to see what it looks like. Aside that, in the first place, this specific text in the discussion forum maybe should be changed. Secondly, I'm struggling to see the exact function. Yes, of course, interaction is supposed to make the page look alive, but this one looks like it's trying to ensure that we just keep looking at it and we don't get any other thing done. That's the way I see it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if we can keep that
yeah,
rotating
I think
bars inside that green banner, it would look a bit nice than this because it is overlapping through the text and that comment box like them. So that's the reason it's quite it's too irritating.
personally, I would prefer to stick with no movement at all. For me, I think it is too large to be animated like that. So it should just stay around the text without moving. I'll rather that.
Wonderful. That's wonderful feedback. What about if you go back to the docs page? What about here? Kind of the same thing? Same feedback, or
yes,
if it
the same feedback.
It should just stay one place.
Well, on my end, considering that this is going to be, except we are not adding anything to this page. If there's plans to add other stuff to this page, then maybe the same feedback would be appropriate. But if this is how this is supposed to be and they are supposed to select either layer 5 docs or Mesh docs or any other docs we have coming up sometime in the future, and that's all that is on this page, then this is a nice information. Expect more from your infrastructure. How do I get that done? That's what I'm here for, no? So I'm going in to read the documentation. But I think only where there should be a consistent thing to look at is, could there be another way to represent this interaction that doesn't involve making every other person looking at it dizzy? So maybe could it be flashing, or could it be maybe that's something for me to figure out. I'm just here dishing out all the critics, but yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Because having it like this, you see, good design is rarely noticed. So you'd get to a page and you're like, wow, this looks really, really nice. But you can't necessarily point out, oh, this is what makes it look really nice. That's good design. That's actually great design, because there's nothing distracting you or holding you. But yeah, maybe something for me to think about.
And that too, the boxes which is rotating is having a fixed shadow of probably a fixed shadow, which is not changing with respect to the rotating of that block. So that's also a bad sign of.
I think, can I say something? I think it's good if we can make a one rotation when the page is refreshed first time. I think it is taking a whole attention of mind, and we are not able to focus on other things. It is taking whole attention. So it's better to make a one rotation when the page is refreshed first time.
Personally, I recommend that we should not use this structure over here, because there is no need of this structure in docs file. It should be some simple, and it should be to the point type, like what doc you need and what you expect from us, like that stuff only, straight up. And some tutorials or anything else which will benefit to our layer 5 or Meshri. It will because this particular stuff doesn't do anything, and it's a bit distracting, and I don't think it
Guys,
will.
wait, hold up. Rem, boy, I was willing to take all of the other feedback except for this one, which is like, and for Auction's most recent one. Thank you all for the feedback. This is wonderful. You guys are, Rex does a great job of articulating some of the principles by which something like this either works or doesn't work. If this works anywhere, it works on a landing page, Auction. If this is like, hey, you've arrived at this location for documentation. click to enter is sort of like something this massive. That's kind of the thing that it provides, and a little bit of a fresh distraction from just the stereotypical, like, here's the list of docs, choose one, if it's to work. The notion that, and then all of the rest.
I think you can like tweak the animation or something, because the state in this is right now, it's not looking quite as like, if you consider the homepage for a doc site, it doesn't give the vibe to that.
Right, intentionally not. What do you go to the doc site to be bored, or to like? Yep, I get that. And then when you click to go into the doc, this is the landing page before you go inside. This is, by the way, if you were looking at the mock-ups, this is intended to be a resource for developers. So it'll have, it'll describe the playground, it'll describe the discussion forum, it'll describe API endpoints, it'll describe interactive labs, it's going to describe the learning paths, it's going to like describe a number of things. And so for lack of anything else on the page at the moment, it's just kind of something to entertain while the site is being built out, more or less. I think it's the use of this kind of a thing is like egregiously disgusting on the discussion forum. It is all of the things that all of you said. It needs to go away. It might be something that we would use if we were going to make a big announcement, maybe, and just have that in various locations, because we do want people to go there. More over and above anything else, we want them to see this announcement, which, by the way, if you click the link, it takes you to what will hopefully be either the teaser trailer for our most invested project or something. But almost everything you guys said is like spot on, almost, except for what Prem said and Akshay said in chat.
But if we want animation, we can do it on mouse movement, something like that.
You could,
but something isn't in the control of the user. It doesn't feels right.
Yep, it's meant to be bypassed. It's meant to be a one. Yep, right. It would be one of those things too. It might be nice, like a one time, like, hey, if I wasn't in a hurry, maybe this would be kind of neat. But then after that, please don't show it to me again, or like. And to do all of the other things, you guys are right. Like there's easier to bash it than it is to support it. Like there's many things that are kind of
I actually agree with you, Lee. I'm not sure if you guys can still hear me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, how well we can.
Okay, well, I think you're right that just because it's a doc site does not mean that it needs to look just like every other doc site. Something new. When you when you load the page and something new, something different is the first thing you see, and you're like, okay, and then you go past and you go move on with your day. It's a good idea. I like it, but it should not be infinite. Definitely not. It's annoying when it's infinite.
Yeah. It would be it's like having a fidget spinner on your desk while you're on a call. It's like a mindless thing to have there to distract you, but it otherwise is completely worthless, and it gets in the way, and all of the.
It does.
And the yellow too. Like, I don't know that's the best. It's intended to say anyway. We talked about it enough. Like there's all kinds of a variety of like terribleness to it. So. Well, thank you. Yeah. Akshun and Prem, by the way, you guys said some things that were also very true. I didn't mean to outright reject it. Some of the ways in which you were bashing it was like, it's not the bashing, like, please bash it. And it's not, I'm not personally receiving that, by the way. That's exactly what I'm asking you guys to do. It's the justifications that you're using on a couple of points. Anyway, thanks a bunch. That's great. I didn't realize we're way over time. Hey, did anybody else have stuff that really we needed to cover? So there's progress. We should mention Systent real fast. That should be a standing agenda item. Rex, things you want to mention about?
Yeah, brief update. So I didn't see the need to add it to today's agenda because I think Suruchi already did a briefing on the Slack channel. She is already working locally, and hopefully that can be. She's going to open a PR for that. I don't know if she has done that yet. I'll check. Anybody has any idea, you let me know. Once she opens the PR out there, I think it's supposed to be merged upon approval anyway, and then we can have multiple contributors. Break up the screens into sections and continuously contribute to bring the pages to life. I'm struggling a bit with spacing for now because defining the spatial patterns that we'll use across websites, both mobile, desktop, and every other product, it seems to be quite let's just say I'm still doing some learning in that aspect. I'm piecing it together. I've started piecing it together, but I'm not entirely done. Okay, so I think that's the hold up for that foundational part. So currently we have color, typography, and spacing along with all their tokens. Once the spacing is completed, then we can have other designers now come in and use these principles to design, if it's components, if it's pages and all that. And to do that, I think I've pointed this out earlier, we will need to have that file imported to the Layer5's designs file because the tokens or variables, as is the representative in Figma, are already on that file, and it's quite a chore recreating it on this other end inside this project. So if that's possible, that would be appreciated so that it can make for, and of course that's to say that all the previous styles are still available so that it's not like we're throwing all of them away. For instance, variable doesn't support gradients and all of that, and we have a lot of gradients that we use in layer 5, and so those styles will still be applicable. But now we can publish those variables to exist across layer 5's projects, those 3 files in that project, and there's no limit to how many files you can have. I know that was your worry. I checked. I can send you a link to that subsequently if you'd like to see.
No. Oh, I believe you. I totally believe you. My concern was we should lean in and then make as many pages as we need and use all the features that we need. Like my concern had been that particularly with the acquisition of Figma, that at some point the rug will be pulled out from underneath the people's feet with like the free tier, and we're on the education tier at the moment as well. And so it's like, and then we'll be enjoying all of it and we'll be dependent upon it. And then they're like, whoop, yeah, sure.
Well, now anyway, the updates are still rolling out into next year even. And so at least even if they want to pull out the rug, we probably have a year to prepare. So maybe it's something we can consider anyway.
Yeah. So we should lean in and move faster by taking advantage of the, please do.
All right. Thanks. I'll send you a link to the file because I'm not sure I can be able to bring in files to a project. You are the owner of the project, so
yeah, there's a couple of at some point you'll end up graduating. You're on a path, I would think, to graduating to an admin of the team, not just of the individual file, but probably of the layer 5 team itself. There's a couple of other admins outside of myself. There have been any number over time, and they come and go. But one of the ones that's currently is Ritik, and so.
All right. I'll incorporate Ritik then. No problem. Thank you.
All right, we are 22 minutes over. So before we wrap this call, so make sure you hit this star button on the Mystery repo to give it a so that we can reach 5,000 stars before the KubeCon. So yeah, and also make sure to hit this add to your calendar button so that you don't miss any notification about our upcoming meetings. So yeah, that's it. Well, thank you for joining today's call. Yeah, bye all.
Did you say smash the subscribe button? So you said hit them.
No, hit that add to your calendar button.
Cool. Thanks for hosting, Ritik. This is wonderful. Thanks all.
If you want, you can smash that button as well. Yeah. Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah. Bye.
Everybody.